so interested to see how today's makeup look turns out, because today, as you could see from the title, I am going to be doing half of my face with my cheapest makeup and the other half of my most expensive makeup. I'm just putting on some moisturiser while I explain. So I'm not going to be including my moisturiser because I only ever use the same one anyway, and I'm not going to be including tools or brushes or anything like that, just the makeup itself. Some of my makeup I couldn't include because I have things that you can't buy anymore, so I can't even look at the actual prices, only like used ones off of eBay. But the ones I did include, I used, because obviously different websites are different prices, I used the ones that I would have bought that product from. Like for W7 makeup products, I would have bought them from their website, or the price I got it from in the factory shop, or like the prices on Boots and Superdrug and things like that. I've also already decided that I will be doing the expensive makeup on this side, and can my hair stop being annoying? Yeah. I will be doing the cheap side on my right side of my face, since I'm right-handed and I'm better on my right side, because I thought that would give it more of a fair chance. So for primers, my cheapest primer is this Makeup Obsession primer, which I don't really know if this counts because I couldn't find this exact product online. I could only find a bigger version of it, but I'm not sure if it's the same thing. But the one I found online that looks like the closest thing to this was £3. I just got this one in a makeup advent calendar, I think. Did I get it in that? I think I got it in a set or a calendar. So it kind of looks like sun cream. I think I've used way too much by accident. I have used this before, and to be honest, I don't really think it does a whole lot other than like hydrating my skin a little bit. It smells nice.
Smells nice too.
It's very glowy and shiny, as you can see. I kind of look like I've been dipped in oil. Also, I haven't posted in over a week because I haven't even been home. I've been on holiday, so I haven't been like able to record because I didn't have my ring light with me or anything like that. Now for my most expensive primers, I don't actually have a lot of expensive primers. Both of these are £10. This is the Revolution and Simpsons Treehouse of Horror primer. It's the Alien Slime primer, and this is the e.l.f. Power Grip primer. I'm going to use the e.l.f. one just since I've already got, because Makeup Obsession is a Revolution brand, since I've already got one of their products on this side, I think it's more fair to use the e.l.f. on the other side. I'm running out of this, which I'm kind of surprised because I haven't really used it that much, unless I've used it more than I thought I have, but well, I guess I have been using it a lot. So whereas this one feels more hydrating, this one feels like, because it makes your skin go sticky, it really sticks your makeup on better and grips to your skin more. For the foundation, for my cheaper one, I have this Makeup Obsession one. I don't know what it's called because the writing's rubbed off, and I hate this. From every time I've used it, it's gone this weird like separate-y texture. You can see as soon as you put it on, like it blends okay, but it does this eventually. It looks so horrible around my dry skin on my nose, and it just shows my textures more than my other foundations do. Like, it looks okay when you first apply it, but just wait. But you can already kind of see what I mean. It starts to separate and really clings to my textures and dry patches. For the expensive foundation, I have the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Mont Blanc, I don't know how to pronounce that. And where I like the product itself, but the packaging is shit for how expensive it is. it leaks everywhere all the time. The pump doesn't work. I have to undo the lid and just pour it out because the pump is shit and it's broken. Like, nothing barely comes out, like that much came out, and then it just gets stuck. Also, the corners are really sharp and hurt to like touch. I don't know if that's just me being nitpicky, but I haven't treated this any different to my other foundations, so there's no reason for it to be broken and to not work like with the pump, and there's no reason for it to be leaking. I haven't been rough with it or anything, and for the price I expect better, and this is a tiny amount, to be honest with you, so I'm gonna have to undo it and put some onto my leg if I'm wearing like a skirt or shorts or something, or sometimes I'll just do my makeup in just like a shirt and some underwear if I'm like sweaty or anything, so I just put the makeup on my leg. See, it is a really nice product. It's just a shame about the packaging. So for my cheap concealer, I have the She Glam one. This is in the shade Whipped Cream.
So beautiful. I am in heaven. Yes.
So it's done a very nice job of brightening my under eye, like look at the difference. It doesn't look too cakey or anything. I don't think I liked it that much when I first tried it out, but it looks alright at the minute, so. And for the expensive one, I've got the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. This isn't expensive or anything, it's quite affordable, but it's just the most expensive one I own. So I think they've both done a really good job. I think do I slightly prefer this side because I feel like it's brightened it more, or is that just the shadows? That could just be the shadows. For my cheek blush, I have the She Glam Cheeky Colour Jam blush in the shade Scarlet Sunset. I really like this. The texture's like really weird. It's like kind of like a moussey texture. It's really fluffy as well. Strange, but I really like it. I'll start with that much. I don't think I need all of this. See, that little bit spreads really far. It's a good job I love like a lot of blush because I'm looking like a clown right now. My expensive blushes, I actually have two that are the same price. I have the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Joy. I have this KVD blush in the shade Rosebud. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty one just since I've used a cream one on this side. How did I put too much on? What the hell? You know, for someone that uses this a lot, you'd think I'd learn to not put so much on. I know that the colours don't match or anything, but that's not the point of the video. I honestly don't have anything bad to say about either of these blushes. For the bronzer, my cheapest one is a powder one and my most expensive is a cream one. So I'm gonna powder my face on this side first. And for the cheap powder, I hate this. It's the She Glam powder, Baked Glow setting powder, and it's translucent, but it has straight up glitter in it and it looks like a highlighter. I hate it. It does come with a powder puff though. The foundation so far, like I was dragging it, but it's not that bad. My under eyes are a bit cakey, but I think that's the concealer. But when I used to wear this foundation, it used to go horrible on me. I don't know if the glitters are coming across on camera or anything. And I don't know if you can see it in the— oh shit, I just got powder everywhere. That was a stupid idea. Like, can you see it in the lid? Like the little glitters? Not really. But I did a video about it in my full face of testing Shein makeup. And if you go watch that one, I think you can see the glitters better in that one. So this is the bronzer. It's the W7 Honolulu bronzer. And it's a dupe of the Benefit Hoola bronzer. And I've also used this in a video before. I'm not very good with powder bronzers, to be honest, so this might look a bit shit just because of my skills with it, or lack thereof, should I say. Okay, but why is it so patchy? Like, it is not blending out, it's just sort of staying where I put it. I'm pretty sure factory shop prices of makeup are different to ones online and like other places, because they don't seal anything properly and it's kind of gross. That's why I don't buy that much makeup from there unless I really want it. Looking pretty decent, for me anyway, because I suck at powder bronzer. For the expensive side, I have the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul, and I love this, and it's just so easy to use and very, very beginner friendly. I always put too much on and too low down on this side, I don't know why. This is why I prefer cream products, they're so much easier to work with. I feel like this one spreads further too. I think I put too much on my nose. They're both looking pretty good so far though. Now for the more expensive side, I have this Revolution translucent powder, and you get so much in. I always say that every time I use this. I don't really love the product itself all too much. Like, it doesn't impress me. Okay, Shania Twain, calm down. But it just lasts so long. I don't get it. I actually forgot to brush away the rest of the powder on this side. Oops. I just realised I forgot that this like cheap highlighter is a cream one, or like a stick one. Let's just hope it doesn't break up the makeup underneath. This is really, really, really old. I think I got it from my mum. Like, I think I just nicked it from her when I was little. But it's the Collection highlighter in the shade Pearl Sheen. I like it actually, to be honest, but I don't know if that's just me like liking it because of the fact that my mum uses it, or used to before I stole it from her. Very hard to get it on my nose, and I didn't really think this one through because I always put my highlighter in the middle of my... Oh well. And for the expensive side, I have the Ofra highlighter in the shade Dream Chaser, and I adore this highlighter. You can definitely get similar results with cheaper ones, obviously, but I think it's stunning. For the cheap primer for my eyes, I've got the She Glam Ready Set Primer, and I don't remember if I liked this or not, so we'll find out. From what I remember, it's a very sheer one. Yeah, it's not very full coverage, which I prefer more full coverage eye primers, personally. For the expensive side, I have the P. Louise base, which mine's actually broken. It does this every now and then, like the little squeezy bit comes off. I always end up accidentally putting too much on, and I forgot this is only for one eye as well, so yeah, I've put way too much on. So I think for the eyeshadow, I'm going to try to do looks with similar shades so we can see how like different they look and like how different they apply. And for the cheap side, I have these two e.l.f. palettes. They're the Good Vibes Only palettes. This one is the Psychedelic Dreams, and this one is Hey Sunshine. For the expensive side, I have the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker one, which I got quite a while ago now when I use it off camera. I haven't promoted it on my channel or anything, but mine's really, really gross because I turn a lot of these into liquid liners by using setting spray, and it's ruined a lot of my shades. And I also dug a lot of these out, as you can see. I think this shade here in the e.l.f. one is kind of similar to the Cone shade in the Jeffree palette, so I'm gonna start with that shade. What colour even is that? Like, what colour would you call that? Very pigmented for how cheap it was. So now I'm gonna go with that Cone shade in the Jeffree palette. Okay, so the colours are pretty similar. The Jeffree one's a lot lighter. Now in the e.l.f. palette, I'm going to take this shade. Now on the Jeffree palette, I'm going to take the shade Tasty. Okay, why was the e.l.f. one so much better? I don't know if I ever used setting spray on this shade. No, the e.l.f. side looks so much better. Next, in the e.l.f. palette, I'm going to take this yellow shade. And then on the other side of the brush, I'm going to take this shade called Wow in the Jeffree palette.
So beautiful.
They're both not very pigmented. I think the e.l.f. one's better though, honestly. But I can't really tell. Actually, maybe the Jeffree one is. I don't know. I feel like the e.l.f. one looks better. Like the whole look looks better on the e.l.f. side. It's giving me Bumblebee vibes. I'm going to take this shimmery yellow on the e.l.f. one and just put that over the top. And on the Jeffree palette, I'm going to take this shimmery yellow one called Lemon Drop. So I think they're both pretty decent. I do think I prefer the e.l.f. side. Maybe. I feel like the Jeffree one's always blended away a little bit. I'm just going to take some of this shade in the e.l.f. one and put it on my lower lash line. There, do you see how much more pigmented these are than the Jeffree ones? I'm taking the shade Tasty again in the Jeffree one to put that on my lower lash line. And before I do anything else, I'm just going to do my eyebrows quickly. I mean, I think both eyeshadow palettes did a decent job, but like they've made me feel pretty, but I think that's just because I think it's because it's reminding me of bees and I love bees. But they've done their main goal, I guess. My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
My main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
I just realised that my cheap and expensive eyeliners look pretty similar. But the cheap one I absolutely despise. Spoiler alert, it's the She Glam one. It's the Heart Eyes 2-in-1 Stamp Eyeliner and it is shit. I hate it. But it's so thick. If you want to see me explain why I hate this, watch the video, the Shein one again that I talked about earlier, because that's where I like explain it more in depth, but I cannot stand this. I hate it. You see how difficult it's just dragging my skin, like pulling my skin, because it's so stiff. That's what she said. That is so difficult to use. Like, it's so patchy. Do you see how this side is so much more lighter than this side? And we'll test the stamp side since I like the stamp, and why not? If you press too hard, you get this little line, which is annoying, but whatever. And for the expensive one, I have this Eyeliner by Kylie Cosmetics, and I really like this, honestly. It's very, very easy to use, better than the Shein one, and it lasts a pretty long time too. Like, I've repurchased this about 4 times now. This one is starting to run out a little bit, but really good alternatives that are cheaper than the Kylie one though are the Revolution X Clueless Eyeliner and the NYX, is it Epic Ink Liner or Epic Wear, something like that. But those are pretty decent too. They're meant to be sisters, not twins, but at this point, are they even cousins? Are they even related at all? I've just curled my lashes. I don't really know why I'm bothering with mascara since I'll be putting fake ones on anyway. But for the cheap side, I have this Max Factor X Dark Magic Mascara. pretty decent for how cheap it is, even though you can't really see it because of my eye makeup. And for the expensive one, we have the Kylash mascara by Kylie Jenner. The Kylie Jenner one isn't worth it in my opinion. It's just the price and I've made a mess by accident, but oh well. Just gonna put some black eyeliner on my waterline. I don't have any other ones other than this W7 black, what is it? W7 Wind Me Up eyeliner. So for the lash glue, for the cheaper side, I have this Duo lash glue. For the eyelashes themselves, I have these Shein ones. I think they're like 75p or something like that. I just like to use a very skinny brush and get a bit of the glue off and put it on my eyelid because I feel like it helps stick better, especially in the inner corner. Those are dramatic. I love it, but I just forgot how dramatic these were, to be honest. For the more expensive side, my more expensive eyelashes are the Unicorn Cosmetics ones and the eyelash glue. So I have two choices. I think I'm gonna go for these ones. So this is the lash glue from this one. I like that it has a brush because that way I don't need to use the other one to put it on my eyelid. The only thing is I'd say it's a bit more difficult to get a lot of the glue on the actual lash itself. So those are the Unicorn Cosmetics ones. Style wise I actually prefer the more dramatic one, but I think they both look really pretty. And obviously you could get more dramatic ones from Unicorn Cosmetics, but just like style wise I prefer the Shein ones. Quality wise these ones are definitely better. Fuck, I always do this. I forget to do setting spray before lashes, so now it's too late to test the setting sprays. For my cheap lip liners, I basically have any choice from the Primark £1 lip liners. My cheapest lipsticks are these Revolution ones. Very out there. I don't think I've worn these since I got them. But I'm gonna go with this shade from the Primark lip liners. It is in the shade Taupe. For the more expensive lip liners, I have these Revolution Clueless lip liners. This is the shade Thai. I hate how when lip liners do that crumbly thing where they crumble apart. So for the cheap lipstick, I'm gonna go for the more natural colour, and it is the Metallic Unicorn Lips in the shade Whimsical. So it's like a rose goldy looking colour. Pretty though, I actually really like that. I actually think it goes quite well with the look too. And now for the expensive side, I have the Huda Beauty lipstick in the shade Dirty 30. So this is what the different sides look like. This is the cheap side, and this is the expensive side. I think I prefer the cheap one just because the lips are so cool and I love the dramatic eyelashes. So it just shows that cheap makeup can be just as good, if not better, than expensive makeup. Let me know what you think, and I think it would be interesting to try this video again in a few years when I've got different makeup products.